Be me, 38, marketing director at tech company in San Francisco. Spent my adult life as vocal feminist and progressive activist. Always dismissed my grandfather's old-fashioned views. He passed away last month at 89, lived full long life. Was immigrant from Italy, came here with nothing at 20. Built successful restaurant business from scratch. Married my grandmother for 62 years until she died. Raised 4 kids, including my mom, all successful. Always had what I considered outdated views about gender, about women's roles, about marriage, about family. I'd argue with him at every family gathering. Call him sexist, tell him times had changed. He'd just smile sadly and say, "You'll understand someday. When you're my age, you'll see I was right." Always infuriated me, that patronizing certainty. Like he knew something I didn't, like I was naive. At his funeral last week, tons of people showed up. His restaurant employees, past and present. Customers who'd been coming for 40 years. Friends from the old neighborhood, church community. Everyone had stories about how he'd helped them. How he'd given them jobs, loaned them money. How he'd been there for them in hard times. The love and respect for him was overwhelming. After funeral, family gathering at my parents' house. Going through his belongings, dividing mementos. Find a leather journal in his study, looks old. Dated entries starting from 1960 when he arrived in America. Sit down and start reading, curious about his life. Early entries are about struggles as a young immigrant. Working 3 jobs, sleeping 4 hours a night. Saving every penny to bring my grandmother over. They got engaged in Italy before he left. Spent 2 years apart while he established himself. His entries about missing her are heartbreaking. Worked 16 hours today, every hour for Maria. Another man asked her out. Her mother told me, "I must work harder, bring her here faster." Finally saved enough, brought her over in 1962. Got married immediately, small ceremony. Entries about early marriage are interesting. Maria is unhappy in America, misses her family. "I work too much, she's alone all day. Must do better, must be better husband." He's acknowledging problems, trying to improve. Not the domineering patriarch I assumed he was. Entries continue. They have first child in 1963. My Uncle Tony, their firstborn son. Maria quit her job to stay with the baby. Money is tight, but she wants to raise him herself. "I will work more. She should be with our son." Notice he frames it as her choice, not his demand. Keep reading, fascinated by his perspective. More kids come, 1965, 1967, 1970. Including my mom in 1967, second daughter. His entries about raising kids are detailed. About little league games, school plays, homework help. About staying up all night when they were sick. About teaching them to work in the restaurant. Taught Maria how to do bookkeeping today. She's better with numbers than me. Should have let her handle this from the start. Not what I expected from traditional marriage. He valued her input, relied on her skills. Entry from 1975 catches my attention. Tony wants Maria to work again, now kids are older. Says she wasted her education staying home. Maria cried, said raising kids wasn't waste. I told Tony he's a fool. His mother built our family. He defended her choice against criticism, even from their own son, my uncle. More entries about business struggles in the 70s. Inflation, competition, money problems. Could lose the restaurant, might lose everything. Maria said we'll be fine. We've survived worse. She's right. We have each other and the kids. His priorities clear. Family over business success. Entry from 1978. My mom is 11. Caught some man bothering Maria at the restaurant. Put him out. Told him never come back. Maria upset. I made a scene. Says she handled it. Maybe, but I won't let anyone disrespect my wife. Protective, but also got in trouble with her for overreacting. Not the simple dynamic I assumed. Entries from 1980s. Kids or teenagers. Drama about dating, college, future plans. Tony wants to go to law school, needs money. Maria says use the savings, education is important. She's right again, she's always right. Notice pattern of him deferring to her judgment, of trusting her decisions, valuing her wisdom. Entry from 1985 stands out. My mom is 18. Anna says she's a feminist now. Doesn't need a man. Says marriage is trap. Career is what matters. Maria is hurt. Thinks Anna rejects her choices. My mom, already feminist at 18, rejecting her mother's life. Same pattern I followed. Same arguments I made. His entry continues. I told Anna her mother is strongest person I know. That choosing family isn't weakness, it's strength. She rolled her eyes, said I don't understand. Maybe I don't, but I know what I've seen. The words hit me hard, similar to what he told me. Same dismissal from me. Same eye roll. Entry from 1988, my parents' wedding. Anna married today. Husband seems good. Worried she works too much. Never home. Maria says young couples are different now. Women have careers. Men help with house. Hope it works. Seems exhausting for both. His concern wasn't about women working, but about both partners being exhausted. Entries from early 90s. I'm born in 1986. Anna brought the baby to visit, little girl. She's beautiful, but Anna looks so tired. Working full-time, pumping milk in car. Maria offered to watch the baby. Anna refused. Says she won't be like her mother, won't give up career. My mom refusing help, trying to do everything, proving she could have it all alone. Entry from 1993, I'm about 7. Anna and husband fighting. We heard it. She works 60 hours, he works 50. Nobody's home. Kid is always with sitters. Maria is sad, wants to help, but Anna won't let her. This isn't what freedom was supposed to look like. Grandpa seeing the cracks even then. The cost of having it all, doing it all. Entries about me as I grow up are sweet. Little Rebecca is smart, asks so many questions, follows me around the restaurant, wants to help, reminds me of Maria at that age. But later entries show concern. Rebecca is teenager now, very angry. Says men are the problem. Patriarchy ruins everything. Argued with me about Maria's choices. Told me grandmother wasted her life. Remember that argument when I was 16. Told him grandma could have been more than housewife. He got quiet, didn't argue back, just looked sad. His entry that night explains why. Rebecca called Maria's life a waste today. Maria cried after she left. 62 years together for kids, 8 grandchildren. Successful business we built together. But her own granddaughter thinks it was all wasted. Feel tears reading this, the pain I caused. Never knew grandma cried. Never knew I hurt her. Entry continues. I try to tell Rebecca about our life. About how Maria chose to raise the kids. How she ran the house, managed the books. How she was my partner in everything. But Rebecca doesn't want to hear it. Says I'm defending oppression. He tried to explain. I wouldn't listen. Dismissed him as defending patriarchy. More entries as I go to college. Rebecca is studying feminism now. Says she'll never marry, never depend on a man. Says relationships are prison for women. Maria is sad, wants her to be happy. I tell her Rebecca will understand eventually. The same line he told me to my face, that I'd understand someday, when older. Entries from my 20s visiting less. Rebecca came by, brought a boyfriend. Nice enough, but she treats him poorly. Corrects him constantly, dismisses his opinions. He looks tired, like he's walking on eggshells. He noticed the dynamic I didn't see. How I treated my partners, the contempt. That boyfriend didn't last, none of them did. Entry from 5 years ago, I'm 33. Rebecca is successful now, big job in city. But she seems lonely, seems angry. Always fighting about something. Always posting on internet about men. Maria worries about her, I do too. They worried about me, about my anger. About the loneliness I pretended wasn't there. Entry from 3 years ago stands out. Try to talk to Rebecca about marriage again. She said marriage is outdated patriarchal institution. That women don't need it anymore. I asked if she was happy. She got angry, said happiness isn't the point. Remember that conversation, got defensive. Told him he didn't understand modern life. His entry that night, is longer than usual. Rebecca said happiness isn't the point today. Made me think about what the point is. I came to America with nothing. Worked myself nearly to death for years. All of it for Maria, for our family. The point was always happiness. Building a life where people we love are safe. Where they have what they need, where they're together. That was the whole point of everything. He's explaining his entire worldview. Everything he worked for. Everything he valued. Entry continues. Rebecca thinks I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I am. But I've watched her mother work 60 hours a week. Watched her miss her own daughter's childhood. Watched her marriage nearly fall apart from stress. Now watching Rebecca, angry and alone at 33. This is the freedom they wanted? This is better than what Maria and I had? The question isn't rhetorical. He's genuinely asking. Genuinely wondering if this is improvement. Maria and I were poor when we started. We had nothing but each other. But we were happy. We were together. We built something that lasted. We raised kids who were successful. We had 62 years of partnership. He's listing what he considers real success. Not money or career, but relationship and family. I watch Rebecca post about feminism online, about how oppressed women are by marriage. Meanwhile, Maria is here next to me. We're reading together like we do every night. She's my best friend, has been for 60 years. This is oppression. The contrast between his life and mine is stark. He has companionship. I have career. He has partnership. I have independence. He has contentment. I have activism. Entry from 2 years ago, after Grandma died. Maria died today. My heart is broken. 62 years together. Now I'm alone. She chose to be my wife. I chose to be her husband. We chose each other every day for 62 years. Rebecca said at funeral that Grandma deserved more. More than what? More than 62 years of love. More than 4 kids and 8 grandchildren. More than building a life together. I don't understand this generation. His grief is so raw, so painful to read. And my comment at the funeral made it worse. Told him Grandma could have had her own career. Could have been more than just a wife. Entries after Grandma's death are heartbreaking. The house is too quiet without Maria. Nobody to talk to, nobody who knows me. We used to read together every evening. Now I read alone and it's not the same. His loneliness is profound. Miss his partner. Not just a wife, but his friend of 60+ years. Anna came by, tried to cheer me up. She looks tired, still working too much. Her husband works too much too. They're both successful and both exhausted. Is this really better than what Maria and I had? He keeps asking this question, keeps comparing his life to his children's, to my life, to what feminism promised. Entry from last year hits hardest. Rebecca came by. We talked about relationships. She's 37 now, still single, still angry. I asked her if she's happy with her choices. She said she's successful. That's what matters. I said success is lonely when there's nobody to share it with. She got upset, said I don't understand. Maybe I don't, but I understand loneliness. Been lonely since Maria died. It's terrible. Wouldn't wish this on anyone, especially Rebecca. He was warning me, trying to prepare me for the loneliness he knew was coming for me. His final entries from recent months. Not much time left, I can't feel it. Been thinking about what I want to tell Rebecca. Want her to understand before it's too late. That partnership isn't oppression. That choosing family isn't weakness. That happiness matters more than success. He knew he was dying, had final message for me. Maria chose to raise our kids. I supported her choice. She chose to run the restaurant with me. She chose to build a life as partners. Every choice was hers. I just chose her back. That's not oppression. That's love. The distinction he's making is crucial. She chose, he supported, they partnered. Not domination, but mutual choice. I worry about Rebecca, about Anna. They think freedom means being alone. Think independence means not needing anyone. But humans need each other. That's not weakness. It's just being human. His wisdom coming from 89 years of life. from 62 years of marriage from watching us. Final entry, dated 2 weeks before he died. If Rebecca ever reads this after I'm gone, I want her to know I wasn't defending patriarchy. I was defending partnership, defending love. Maria was my equal, my partner in everything. We made decisions together, built life together. She wasn't oppressed, she was happy. And I was happy because she was happy. He's directly addressing me. Future message. I watched Rebecca reject every good man. Watched her push people away in name of independence. Watch her become successful and lonely, all while thinking she was free. But she's not free, she's isolated. Freedom without connection is just loneliness. Every word landing like physical blow. Because he's right, I am lonely, I am isolated. I won't live to see if she figures this out, but I hope someday she understands that I wasn't warning her about feminism. I was warning her about loneliness, about choosing career over connection, about being so independent you end up alone. His warning was never about controlling me. It was about protecting me from his fate, from the loneliness he felt after Grandma died. Final paragraph of final entry. Maria and I had 62 good years together. That's 62 years of someone to talk to, someone who knows you, who chose you, someone to share the small moments with. That's worth more than any career, worth more than any independence. I hope Rebecca learns this before it's too late, because being right is cold comfort when you're alone. Close the journal, crying now. Everything he tried to tell me makes sense. All the warnings I dismissed as sexist were actually wisdom from someone who lived it. Look around at my life with new perspective. Successful career, nice apartment, financial independence. But come home every night to empty space. No one to share the day with. No one who really knows me. Friends are mostly work contacts or online. Family I see occasionally, keep at distance. Because I was so busy proving I didn't need them. So busy being independent that I became isolated. Think about my last relationship, ended 3 years ago. Nice guy, stable job, wanted commitment. I pushed him away, said I needed my space. Said I wasn't ready to compromise my independence. He's married now, saw it on social media. Looks happy with his wife, they just had a baby. While I'm here alone at 38, reading dead grandfather's journal. Understanding too late what he was trying to tell me. Grandma wasn't oppressed, she was partnered. She chose her life, chose Grandpa every day. And he chose her back, supported her choices. They built something that lasted 62 years. What have I built in my 38 years? A career that will replace me in weeks. Social media following that doesn't know me. Accomplishments that look good on paper. But no one to share them with, no one who cares. My phone rings, it's my mom. Did you find anything interesting in Dad's things? Yeah, his journal, been reading it. What does it say? Don't know how to summarize what I've learned. That he was right about everything. Right about what? Take a deep breath, admitting it out loud. About the importance of partnership over career. About choosing connection over independence. About how being successful doesn't matter if you're alone. Mom is quiet for a long moment. I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. Your dad and I almost divorced 5 years ago. We're both working too much, never together. Barely knew each other anymore. Never knew they had problems, they hid it well. What changed, I asked. I remembered watching my parents. How happy they were together. How they made time for each other. How they chose partnership over everything. She's coming to the same realization I am. So we both cut back on work, made time for each other. Started having dinner together every night. Just talking, reconnecting, choosing each other. Saved our marriage. Made us happy again. Feel jealous of what she has, what she almost lost. Mom, was Grandma oppressed? She laughs, sad sound. I used to think so, spend my 20s thinking so. But now I'm 57 and I understand. She wasn't oppressed, she was content. She had what mattered, what I almost threw away. We talked for an hour about Grandpa's journal, about his warnings, about his wisdom, about how we both dismissed him as sexist, when he was actually trying to save us from ourselves. After the call, sit with the journal. Read his final entry again, his message to me. About freedom without connection being loneliness. About being right and alone being cold comfort. Look at my apartment, my successful independent life, and see it for what it is, empty and isolated. Built on ideology that promised fulfillment, but delivered loneliness disguised as empowerment. Next day, take day off work. Go through my phone, my life, my choices. Look at pattern of relationships I sabotaged. Men I pushed away in name of independence. Friends I drifted from because I was too busy. Family gatherings I skipped for work commitments. All in service of career that doesn't care about me. Call my mom back. I think I made a mistake, Mom. What kind of mistake? The kind Grandpa warned me about. The kind that takes decades to realize. She's quiet, understanding without me explaining. What are you going to do about it? I don't know. Is it too late? She thinks about it carefully. My dad was alone after Mom died. He was lonely for 2 years before he passed. But he'd had 62 years of happiness before that. You're 38, you could still have 50 years. If you're willing to change what you're doing. The math is stark, but there's hope in it. Still time to course correct, to choose differently. Spend next few weeks thinking about Grandpa's life. About what he built with Grandma. About the partnership, the commitment, the daily choice. About how that looked like oppression to me, but was actually the foundation of happiness. Start making changes, small ones at first. Reach out to old friends I've neglected. Visit family more, actually engage instead of preaching. Stop posting angry feminist content online. Start asking people about their lives, their choices, without judging, without trying to enlighten them. 1 month after reading the journal. Go to restaurant Grandpa built, still in family. Uncle Tony runs it now, has for years. He sees me come in, welcomes me warmly. Haven't seen you in a while. I know, I've been rethinking some things. We talk over coffee, slow afternoon. I ask him about Grandpa, about their relationship. I gave Dad a hard time about Mom's choices. Thought she should have worked, had her own thing. But Dad set me straight, told me I was a fool. He smiles at the memory. Said Mom built our family. That was her career. That she was partner in everything, just not publicly. That I couldn't see her work because it wasn't flashy. Same lesson he tried to teach me. That I was too ideological to hear. I think I understand now what he meant. Took me a long time too, Tony says. But watching them together for 60 plus years, that was real partnership, real equality. Just didn't look like what feminism said it should. We talk about Grandpa's warnings, his wisdom, about how we all dismissed him and suffered for it, about how he was right and we were too proud to see it. TFW, you spend your life dismissing Grandfather's wisdom. TFW, you think he's sexist, but he's actually trying to help. TFW, you read his journal after he dies. TFW, his 62-year marriage was actually partnership, not oppression. TFW, Grandma chose her life and was happy. TFW, you've been successful but alone and miserable. TFW, you realize freedom without connection is just loneliness. TFW, being right is cold comfort when you're isolated. TFW, you're 38 and finally understand the warning. TFW, you still have time to change, but wasted so many years. Still believe in equality for women. Still think women should have choices and opportunities. But now understand that includes choosing partnership. Includes choosing family over career, if that's what you want. Include depending on someone and letting them depend on you. Grandpa wasn't defending patriarchy. He was defending love, partnership, connection. He was warning me about the loneliness he knew. The isolation of being right but alone. Of having success but no one to share it with. He watched Grandma die after 62 years together. Spent his final 2 years profoundly lonely. And tried to warn me so I wouldn't end up the same way. But I was too proud, too certain, too ideological to listen. Now at 38, I finally understand. What he meant by, you'll understand someday. He meant understanding that comes from living. From seeing successful careers end in loneliness. From watching independence become isolation. From realizing too late what actually matters. Still have time to change course. to choose differently than I have been, to build connections instead of burning bridges, to value partnership over proving independence. Grandpa's journal sits on my shelf now. Reminder of wisdom I dismissed, of warnings I ignored, of love I didn't understand. He was right all along, about everything, and I finally understand why.